Hey, welcome to Grommet Live. It is the final Grommet Live before the holidays, before Christmas comes in on Monday. We have one more show in the new year of the year, which will be next week. Marcy's going to be doing a very special show next week honoring some of the women founders who have been just huge supporters on Grommet. But today we have 7 really cool products that we are going to be talking about. Marcy's going to be joining me in just a second. And I thought we could kick things off with a little bit of housekeeping as you come in. First of all, whether you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on the Grommet, make sure you jump into the chat. Love to have you guys say hello. So jump into the chat. Let me know who is watching live here today. Maybe tell me where you're from, where you're celebrating the holidays over the next couple days. So jump into the chat and say hello. I'll pull you guys up on the screen as that comes in today. And one last little piece of housekeeping here. Let me pull this in really quick. If you haven't been to the new Grommet website, we launched back on August 31st. Since then, about 400 products have launched on the Grommet. And today we're showcasing 7 of them that launched yesterday on the Grommet. And you can find all of these products by going to thegrommet.com. And then you're going to see 2 feeds, a trending feed and a new feed. When you click on the new feed, you're going to see all 20 products that were just launched yesterday on the Grommet. You can see some incredible ones here. And the cool thing is all of these products are competing to be Grommet's product of the week. So at the end of the first 7 days of being on Grommet, the product that has the most upvotes, the most page views, the most orders wins the product of the week. And right now, Zippy Sweeper is up there with a big lead, 182 upvotes already in just about 24 hours. Drink handlers, all those good things. But the thing that I want you to know is every product that we share with you here today is offering an exclusive discount that you can only get on the Grommet. So head on over to Grommet. You're going to go over here where it says upvote. When you click on upvote, or you go into the page for that specific product, click on one of these upvote buttons. You're going to see a really cool animation come in. You'll see the confetti go, and you're going to get a custom discount code that is just for you. Click copy, click buy with discount, and you'll go directly to that maker shop to buy the product. Really, really cool. We love that here at Grommet because you're supporting the makers directly. With every purchase that you make on Grommet, you're going right to the maker store. You're buying directly from them. You're getting that direct relationship from them. We think this is the best way that you can support a maker and the best way to help makers to grow their business. So as we go throughout the day today, you're going to be seeing all of these products. Will have QR codes on the screen where you can see, you can take a picture of the QR codes, go directly to that product page on Grommet. Make sure you upvote those products. Even if you're not ready to purchase the product today, you like something you heard, maybe the maker is watching live today and you're inspired by their story, go and give them an upvote on Grommet. That's going to help them rise up the charts on Grommet and to become the product of the week, something that we're all excited for here at the Grommet. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Let me look into the chat as we get started here today. We got Marita jumping in. We got Tori saying hello. We got James watching us live. Thank you guys, everybody, for jumping in here today. Again, Marcy's going to be joining us in just a second as we get started today. We have a lot of the founders of the products that we're talking about. They're going to be joining us here live today. I know right now we have Rita from Jerome Alexander, who I can't wait to talk more about in a little bit. My wife is loving what you guys have done. So we're going to be sharing a little bit of that as we go. One last piece of housekeeping before we jump into the first product here today is over on this corner over here is a QR code that you'll see. If you take out your phone, you snap a picture of that QR code, open that link up, or if you're on your mobile phone, screenshot and open that link up, and that will take you to our giveaways. Now, what's really, really cool about the giveaways is Marcy and I each pick our favorite product from this week's show, and we give it away to you guys and to reward you for coming in and joining us live and watching Grommet Live. So the way to do that, enter this giveaway. Jen, our producer, who's behind the scenes right now, is going to pick one winner for my favorite product of the week and then one for Marcy's as well. So make sure you enter that giveaway, hit that QR code, and it is a whole lot of fun as we go. So very, very cool. With that said, I think it's time to jump into the first product for today. So give me just a second while I pull this guy up. This one, I know probably some of you already have one of these, but if you don't, I am going to make a very, very strong case that you get one of these. And as a dad, I've got 3 boys, and in the morning it's chaos, right? Trying to make breakfast for everyone. When it's school day, trying to make lunches, get them out the door, make them look great as they get ready for school. And I've never really like been someone in the morning who's like, all right, let's make some homemade waffles in the morning. It's just not something that is something that I have a lot of time for. And so Armadale Brands, this is the second product that we've launched from Armadale Brands. Really love what these guys are doing. And I'm talking about their My Classic Mini Waffle Maker. And this thing, it's so small and compact. I'm holding it in my hand. It weighs virtually nothing. And it makes 4 amazing mini waffles, which it's like embarrassing because I have like waffle crust on this. So I got this on Monday. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we made waffles, and we made 3 different kinds of waffles with the My Waffle Classic Mini Waffle Maker. And let me tell you about these waffles. So the first one was really cool. It's like a mix that we got from Trader Joe's, and it was a cinnamon bun flavored waffle mix. Made it up, did all the batter, had the kids help out, and poured the batter into the waffle maker. Now, what I love about this waffle maker is the simplicity in the waffle maker. There are literally no settings. There is not one button on this. There's no buttons. It just doesn't exist. There are no buttons on this whatsoever. And I think that's really, really cool, because I don't want to know what setting. Do I need it at 3? Do I need it at 4? Do I need it medium heat, high heat? Like, what do I need to do? No settings whatsoever. It reminds me of the George Foreman grill. If you remember that, you like plug it in and it's on. And then you wait a couple seconds. This light turns green, right? So this is a light right here. It's red when it's not ready, and then green when it's ready. It turns green. You pour the batter in, you close it up. There's no clamps, nothing. You literally just pull this down. And it was like 2 minutes later, the waffles were done. Now, these are really cool. They are mini waffles, and we had a blast making them. Yesterday, we did some funfetti waffles. And then if you guys watched, I don't remember if it was last week's show or the week before, we had a really cool product from Living Prana called Brain Cakes. And they are nootropic-based pancakes, like stuff with lion's mane mushrooms and adaptogens and all these really cool ingredients. And I made some of those. And then today, I was talking with one of our friends. We were at this Christmas lights event a few nights ago, and we were talking about the waffle. I was literally telling everybody, I'm like, if you guys don't have a waffle maker, you need a waffle maker. And I know we got Alana on from Armadale Brands here today. And I was like, I got to tell you about this waffle maker. And they're all like, oh my God, you know what you need to do is you need to get the cinnamon buns that are in like the tube, right? That you get wherever, at the grocery store, something like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I have some. I have the organic Annie's ones that my wife gets. And there she is. There is Miss Marcy. And look what she's got with her. What perfect timing.
I was busy making my waffles. I'm sorry.
I love it. Well, I was just saying that the treat we made this morning is we went and we got cinnamon buns, like that are in the tube, right? And they come with like the 5 or 6 cinnamon buns that you put into the oven. And my friends at dinner the other night said, instead of putting them in the oven, just literally take the cinnamon bun, the circle that you would put in the oven, put it in the waffle, slam it down. And so we did that this morning. It was the greatest thing I've ever had. My kids devoured them. And my 5-year-old comes out. He's like, I want cinnamon buns. I'm like, it is a cinnamon bun. He's like, but it looks like a waffle. I'm like, but it's a cinnamon bun. And he just did not get the concept. And then he tried it. It was and then we took the icing and we just drizzled it all over, the cinnamon buns like waffles. It was so cool. They were also saying another thing to do is to get tater tots, like frozen tater tots, thaw them, put them in the waffle maker, and it makes like home fries. And so cannot wait to try this out. Marcy, I was telling everybody what I loved about it is, and I know you just used it, but like no buttons, the simplicity. Right. You just plug it in, put the batter in, turn it down, and it is really, really cool. So this is one of my favorite products we've had in a really long time. And so I'll let you chime in and jump in and tell us a little bit about your experience with the Y Waffle Mini Waffle Maker.
Well, your timing, Greg, is so perfect because this morning, every year I'm in charge of Christmas breakfast. My sister-in-law does Christmas Eve dinner. We all have a sleepover. We spend the night. It's so much fun, the whole family. And then every Christmas morning, I'm in charge of breakfast. And I was kind of racking my brain, wanting to do something new and different this year. And you just gave me the best idea. I am so doing those cinnamon, I'm going to call them Winneman buns. So somehow tying waffle and cinnamon buns together. I love that. And then I love it for breakfast hash browns. That's such a great, and then I usually do like a casserole or something. So I'm definitely doing that. What I really loved about it, and I know I missed some of what you said, so I hope I'm not repeating what you said, but the depth of the actual waffles themselves. So they're thicker, fluffier waffles than your typical waffle maker makes. So I had to experiment to realize that at first. My first batch was mediocre because I didn't fill it enough. Once I filled, kind of overflowed it and then closed it, they became so fluffy and just, really deep. Like they always say, it's a little, making pancakes and waffles is a little like raising children. The first batch doesn't always come out so great, but by the second or third, we got it down. We're amazing. So that's kind of how this morning went. But the other thing, Greg, that I did, I'd never heard of it. I don't know if you've already talked about this, but they in their actually in their little booklet, they give you all these fun recipes, and they talk about chaffles. Have we already talked about chaffles?
We haven't talked about chaffles. No, this is perfect.
So I did not know what a chaffle was, and so I wanted to research and find out. And basically, it's a keto-friendly version of a waffle and gluten-free and all of that. And so basically what the recipe is just eggs and cheese, and you're just whisking it together, pouring it in the waffle maker, and out comes a chaffle. And it actually is so tasty. I'm not someone that likes a lot of dough and all of that. So for me, I really love it. And the fact that you can then put them in the freezer, you can use them as sandwich buns instead of your traditional buns later on. Or you can have it do a little kind of chicken and waffle breakfast or chicken and chaffles. So lots of fun things to do. There's zucchini waffle recipe. There's all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm so excited about it. My kids are too, and I'm definitely using this on Christmas morning.
Yeah, I love that. And again, right now on the screen, you see that QR code. Take a picture of that. It's going to take you directly to their page on the Grommet, where you're going to get 20% off. Takes it from $49.99 to $39.99. And again, I can tell you that it was so simple. It's so easy to do. And, between Marcy and I, we've given you about a dozen ideas of things that you can do in addition to just waffles, right? Like having some homemade flick. I love that you brought about the thickness. Alana from Armadale Brands is on right now, and she was sharing kind of the same thing and saying that, the maker has extra deep plates compared to a regular waffle maker. The 8 centimeter plates instead of 5 to 6, much thicker, fluffier waffle. Again, check these guys out. I'm not trying to cut them short, but the cool thing is we actually have 2 products from Armadale Brands. So the waffle maker actually launched yesterday, but we had another one of their products launch a few weeks ago, and it has been such a hit with the Grommet community. I've sent them so many emails like, hey, everybody loves this thing. I want to get my hands on it. Marcy wants to get her hands on it. This is so cool. It is a hot mat food warming tray. And I can already tell you that when it was on the counter, we had a couple friends over there, like every single person was like, can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? And like, it is the talk of the town. And so Marcy, I know I spent a lot of time on the waffle maker. I'm going to let you talk all about the food warming tray, because this is something that you were really excited about as well.
I was so excited about it. In fact, I texted you, Greg, right when I got home. I was traveling all last week. I got home to a mound of boxes, half of them from Grommet, half of them Christmas shopping. But the very first one I opened was this, and I didn't know what the heck it was. Hot Mate Connect. I'm thinking, what? But as soon as I figured it out, I have died and gone to heaven. I love to entertain. I do it all the time. And typically those chafing, send my husband to the store to get some more. So always, the challenge of trying to keep the dishes that you spend so much time working on, trying to keep them warm for second and third helpings, or even just on the buffet table in general. This is basically a hot plate that continually keeps everything warm, and you can actually attach them together. So you have a whole bunch of them. I think up to 5 of them can attach to one another. So you can have a whole long buffet, and you're seeing some of it right there, just keeping everything warm. So whether it's for Christmas Eve dinner, Christmas morning, Super Bowl, any kind of entertaining whatsoever, from now on, you have a way to keep everything warm without the fire, without the sterno, or without things just getting cold on the countertop and making seconds so unappetizing. So I am so in love with this. I am so excited. I think I'm the only one in my neighborhood that has it, and I think they're all going to try to steal it from me. I'm convinced.
I love that. And what else is super cool about this is different colors. And I think that was so cool. We got the teal ones. We connected them like the bluish teal color. We connect them right away. Marcy, you can see, has the red ones. They have gray ones. And again, I think the cool thing is the connection, right? Is that, you know, especially like thinking about Thanksgiving, obviously a couple weeks ago, but you have the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, and you have the gravy, and you have all of these different things, and to keep them hot over an extended period of time. And I agree with you. Like, we were a family that did sternos and things like that. And like, who wants to deal with that? You're trying to light it, then you're trying to put it out, and like the wall, like, no, this is such a cool, classy, very cool modern way to do that. And I am a big fan of what they've done. One of the pictures, though, I just saw that, again, just I love these ideas, desserts, right? So a warm plate of cookies that just came out of the oven, and maybe you have some, chocolate sauce or some syrup or something like that that you want to heat up and keep warm. Just really, really cool. Love that. And such a cool product.
And it is so, I agree with you. You just said it's so sleek and modern. So it's so nice looking. And it's like you almost don't even see it because it's so kind of sleek. So it just kind of, sits under everything, but just keeps everything so nice and warm through, as long as you want it to. So I just am so excited to use it. I will be using it, taking it with me to my brother's on Christmas Eve and using it that night and the next morning.
Yeah, I love, again, a lot of from Armadale brands chiming in that you can also choose between, warm and hot, right? So if you really need to heat it up or you just want to keep something warm, so the different settings that it has on there. But again, very similar to the waffle maker. There aren't 46 buttons on this thing. You don't need to be like a scientist to make this work. It's something very easy to set up, very lightweight. What I love about it, Marcy showed it, very compact for like storage too, right? Like, this isn't going to take up a lot of room, like underneath a counter or something like that, which I think is really, really cool. And again, got to talk about the Grommet discount that you guys get here, pulling it up right now. When you head on over to thegrommet.com, look for the hot mat warming tray. Click on this upvote button right here. You'll see the confetti jump around, a big celebration. You're supporting a great brand, but you also get this coupon code, this discount code, to go get 20% off. And this is, it's a $100 product that you guys, for being part of the Grommet community, get for $79.19. It's a steal. Look, it's Friday, December 22nd. So unless you're doing like an overnight delivery, probably not going to get it for Christmas, but think about a New Year's Eve party that's coming up. Think about maybe Valentine's Day if you're hosting a spread, Super Bowl parties that are coming up. So so many uses for this. Don't think that just because maybe it won't get here in time for Christmas, it's not something that you need in your kitchen. I love these guys. Such a cool brand, and just really glad that we got to work with them today and show off two of their really cool products. So I
have to jump up with one last thing. I love making chili. That's kind of what I'm famous for. And the fact now that you don't have to go all the way to the stove to get the chili off, you can actually have it out on the table being warm or out on the buffet. That's what I will definitely be using it for many, many times throughout the year.
Such a cool one. Love it. Great job, guys. And if you have any questions for the Armadale team, they are in the chat. So make sure you guys step up, say something, ask your questions away. It's a really cool chance to connect with the makers and get your questions answered that maybe Marcy and I didn't get to. So jumping into our next one. Now, Marcy, we've had a couple products in this same kind of category, and I've actually used them all. But then this one came in the mail this week, and I think this is the winner, at least in my eyes. It is, I'm talking about the Cup Cozy Hello. My kids saw this thing and they freaked out. But I will say the thing again, so what it basically, like how I use it, this goes on the couch. It's like a pillow couch. But they have, and mine has 3 pockets. I don't know. Did you get the 3 or the 5? You have the 5.
I think I got the deluxe, Greg.
You got the deluxe. So you have 5. So think about drinks going on here, snacks going in here. And then you and I always talk about this. What do you think this? The coffee mug in the morning, put the coffee there. And this thing is really, really cool. It's very cute. It's soft. Like my kids are using it on the couch. This is really cool. And the holes here, they're not very big, but they expand as you put them in. So I like this because it's not moving around at all. When I put my coffee mug in here, it is snug. So when my kids wake up and jump on the couch next to dad, the coffee mug doesn't move at all. I'm a big fan. I thought this was super cool. You got a really cool print. I didn't even know they came in all these cool colors and stuff. I just got the gray. I think this is really cool. What do you think when you got it, Mars?
Well, I knew it was going to be a ginormous hit in my household. And when I opened it, my daughter, Courtney, who is 17, was with me. And she's like, I am taking that, because she spends way too much time in her bed, in her throne, watching her TV and on her laptop and all of those things. And I'm always a nervous wreck because she's got all these, glasses and water bottles and so much around her. I'm thinking it's all going to spill. So it's sort of a love-hate relationship I'm having with this, because this only means she's going to spend more time in her throne with everything around her and access to everything. So not just cups, but your remote control, your phone, your readers, not that she has readers, but so many different things to put this in. And I love the woman who created it. She basically was working from home and just was always dealing with things tipping over when she was on her couch or sitting up in her bed. And so would put pillows all around to try to keep things from tipping over. And then finally had the light bulb moment of, wait a minute, let's just create a pillow that actually does hold everything in place. And Greg, you were talking about how everything is, it really holds it securely, which it absolutely does. And I was trying to show in the bottom there that they do have these, hard bottom little pads, if you will, that really, they're very hard and keep it very secure and in place. The other thing that I found when I used it yesterday morning, actually, is that it does serve sort of as an insulator for whether it's hot or cold. I was putting my coffee in there, and I do love that feature with the handle, and it was keeping my coffee so much warmer than it typically is if I just have it out on the table. So that was kind of a little bonus that I didn't expect. And I do love that the cover comes off, so it's machine washable. So it's really easy to keep this clean. And yes, it comes in all the different colors. Greg, I think she sent the right one for you. I'm not so sure how it would go over with the leopard and you, but we love it. It was a perfect fit for us. So super excited about it. I'm also thinking just in the car, even bring it with you in the car, bring it with you if you're someone that does boating, RV, whatever.
Yeah,
it gives
absolutely.
you a table with security.
So much, right? I love what you said about the bed too. Like, like if you don't have, a nightstand or something there, especially like college dorms, things like that, on the bed, RVs, parks, picnics, even like thinking like at the beach, like have the blanket there so you don't need to make the hole in the sand, to hold your drink. So again, super cool. And I love that it's a pillow. Like it's super, like you can see how just, pushing it in like a pillow, because the other thing is, some of the other ones that we featured on here, and again, they do a great job of what they do, but I can, lay on it. I can put use it as an armrest, like all kinds of great stuff. Love what these guys are doing. Again, huge discount here for shopping on the Grommet. It goes from $34.99 to $27.99. Take out your phone, hit that QR code up. It'll take you right to Grommet. Even if you're not ready to grab this one today, save it to your My Votes tab. It's kind of like your wish list of products that you're going to want. This is a great gift for someone. It's good to just have around the house. I could see easily having 2 or 3 of these in your house for different rooms, different places, the outside couch, the inside couch, wherever that you are. But great job to the Cup Cozy Pillow folks. Love what you're doing, Monica and Michael. Thank you so much for being a part of Grommet Live today. All right, let's jump into the next one. I know they are on the live chat today, so they can answer some questions. My wife tried this out because it's something that I could try it out. I have nothing against trying it out.
I was hoping you would.
I might have to do a live demo as we go through it today. My wife tried it yesterday and today. It lasted all day. Really loved how easy the application of it is. And so I know, Marcy, you love talking about these kinds of products and seeing all kinds of new innovative things in the space. So Jerome Alexander, I believe they're on the live chat today, which is awesome, has a 3-piece airbrush foundation set. And of course, being the guy that I am, I'm like, what the heck? Like, is it like, what is airbrush foundation? My wife used it and said, she just, puckered her lips in, did a quick little spray, used the brush, and she's like, and I'm done. And I was like, whoa, that was fast. Like, that was cool. And anything to speed up getting my wife out of the house, I'm a big fan of. So, Marcy, what did you think when you saw this one come in? I think they did a really, really good job with this.
Well, I'll be honest. This was not the first time I saw it when it arrived, but boy, was I excited, because I have been a fan of this product for a very long time. In fact, many of you know I'm also an Amazon influencer, and I do Amazon Lives, and I have featured the Jerome Alexander Airbrush Foundation multiple times, actually, and the primer. I buy the full set, just like we have on here. So here, what you're seeing here is the primer. So I start with that. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it in just a second. And then, And then it comes with this amazing kabuki brush that has the very dense, very ultra fine, soft bristles that makes all the difference when you're going for that flawless airbrush foundation look. And then it comes with whatever your choice of the color of the airbrush foundation. I went with, what was it called? I just thought the name was so cool and I hadn't tried it yet. It was like, gosh, it's not on here. It's something about bright, something bright. Where is it? Oh gosh, I don't know, but maybe you can chime in because the makers that are in here, if you can let me know which one I chose, because I really actually do love it. So Jerome Alexander, for those of you who don't know, he's a very famous, for 50 years has been teaching women how to do makeup tutorials. He's been, he sold at very high-end department stores. Originally, he made wigs and did very well in that space, and then went into cosmetics and was kind of all the rage at the high-end department stores. He was uber successful in HSN and QVC home shopping because it's one of those items that is very visibly demonstrable. And when it says airbrush, that is exactly what it does. I tout airbrush foundation all the time with my Live Shopping Academy students for that on-camera kind of flawless look. And like Greg said, it's so simple to do. So basically you're taking the kabuki brush that it comes with, you're taking the primer, and you're just doing a couple quick sprays right onto the brush like this. And then you're just going to kind of do, it doesn't have to be circular, but that's how I do it. And you're just going to apply it like that all over your face. And what that does is create sort of a flawless canvas for you to put the makeup on top of. So it really kind of fills in the pores and just kind of evens everything out and gives you a great starting point. Now, one of the things I appreciate and love and think is so brilliant about the Jerome Alexander product line is that it really marries makeup and skincare together. So every product they have is not just makeup. The makeup is flawless, but it's also helping your skin. It's got all of those skin loving ingredients that really nourishes it, hydrates it, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. I'm going to forget them all, but the idea that they're combining those together instead of, having the two separate is really, really brilliant in my opinion. So after you have done the primer, which is basically setting your face, getting it ready for the makeup, then you're going to get your color of choice. And this is the airbrush. And again, you spray it directly onto your kabuki brush. And I just want to show you how fine and amazing this brush is. And then 1, 2 is about all you need. And you just, again, and it just kind of does, it just glides on. It feels like silk, very, very lightweight. Like you don't even know that you have it on, but it really kind of creates that lit from within sort of radiant glow that I think all of us women who are just a little bit aging, we kind of appreciate that. And this does a beautiful job. And just a little side note I have to say is the reason I originally tried Jerome Alexander was because for years I had been using Dior Air Flash. Many of you might know of that or might not, but it is also an airbrush foundation by Dior. It's a fortune. I think it was like $70 for one of these, about the same size. And that was my big makeup splurge that I would make because it does make such a difference in my complexion. And then I saw Jerome Alexander, which is a fraction of the cost, and thought I've got to at least try it and see if it matches up. Well, not only did it match up, for me, it surpassed what I loved about Dior. So I immediately made the switch, and this is the one I'm using now. So it was so sort of ironic when I saw that it was going to be on Grommet. I am a diehard fan for sure.
I love it. And this is blowing up the chat today, which is amazing. I love when a product gets everybody excited. A couple things that I want to hit on really quick because we have Marita who is in the chat. She's been amazing answering everybody's question as they go. But Candy said, I really want to try this product. Does it ship everywhere, including like Alaska and Hawaii? And the answer is unfortunately not to Hawaii, but yes, to Alaska, which is super cool. I know that is where Candy is. So that is very, very cool. I love that. There was one more question that came down here too from Daria, and maybe Marita, maybe you can answer that. Maybe Marcy, if you know anything about this, but Daria asked, does it help to fill in wrinkles? So
great question,
really cool
Daria.
question.
And Daria is actually one of my students of Live Shopping Academy. And you know that I do a whole segment on camera ready makeup. And this got me thinking, I don't think I have this on my segment yet. So I am going, if I don't, and actually, Candy, maybe you know, do I have this on there? If I don't, it's going on there. But it is a great question. And that's one of the things I love, Daria, the most about Jerome Alexander, especially that primer, that it really does fill in the pores and the fine lines and wrinkles. So that's why it gives you that sort of smooth base to put the foundation on top of. So when it comes to being on camera, when it comes to wanting, you know, kind of that flawless look on camera, in my opinion, there's nothing better than this combination for that. So I hope that answers your question. But the kind of 1-2 punch that you get with the primer and this, I should say 1-2-3 punch, because I think this brush is amazing. The angle of it's great because you can really get into the kind of different corners, but it's how tight the bristles are and how silky smooth they are that has it, you know, kind of creating a streak-free sort of blurred look. So it's kind of the whole combo that does that. Oh, Daria's buying it now. I love it. You're going to love it, Daria.
And then Candy said that it is in your on your list. So that is awesome that it's in there. And then Marita says it doesn't fill in, but no, it doesn't build into wrinkles is the official answer there, which is great. And then one more I wanted to share with you, Marcy, because I want to go back, is that you have Bright Light is the name of the one that you chose.
Oh, thank you.
Bright
I knew it was
Light.
something
I know
bright.
we talked
Yes.
about that early in the beginning. So that really, really cool answers to these questions. And I love this, guys. Keep asking your questions, because this is the coolest part about live shopping is you're like, hey, I want to try this product, but maybe I have a question about how it works. Not only do you get to hear from Marcy, myself, but you have the founders and makers of these products and people that work for these brands helping you guys out as well. It's one of the most coolest things about live shopping. And again, huge discount on Grommet. I know Marcy was talking about some of the other competitors out there that are 100 plus. $45 if you paid full retail, but obviously, you know, being with Grommet, you're not paying full retail. You get 20% off, $36, and this is the 3-piece set. So you're getting the brush and you're getting both pieces there for $36. That's an incredible deal that Jerome Alexander's put together for Grommet shoppers, and just in general, even if you're paying full retail, that's a great price for something like this. So it's really, really cool.
Greg, you're totally right. This whole set, to get a brush of this quality, to get a primer, and to get a foundation at one of those higher end brands is going to be $200 and up at least. So that is an amazing deal. Marita, I have a question for you because I have the Bright Light. When I started using it, I was immediately thinking I would love to layer this. So because the Bright Light is a little light on my skin. So I was curious if that's something that people do. Like I would want to do something maybe a little more tan as my first layer on top of the primer. And then I'd want to do the Bright Light on top of that for that kind of glow and that just flawless finish. So I'm curious if that is something that people do. I'm going to try that for sure, whether it is or isn't, but maybe it's just that's already a thing. I also want to give one little tip, and Marita, I don't know if if this is if you would want me to say this or not, but I actually think it's kind of a clever idea, and that is when you're putting it on your brush. I always, when I do that, I think, oh gosh, so much goes into the air and I'm wasting it. So a little tip, if you don't want to waste it like that, is that you can actually spray it into a cup or onto a plate, just a little red cup or something, spray it in there and then dab it and put it on. So then you're not wasting any into the air. But either way works great. I think the official way to do it is by spraying it directly onto the brush. But if you don't want to waste and don't want it to go around the room at all, then put it in a cup first. Little tip there. I have a cool collection. Sherry is asking, do you have a color that works for me? There are, Greg, do you have in front of you how many colors there are by chance? Because I know there's a lot to choose from.
Try and pull that up. Give me a second here.
Sherry, while he's pulling that up, what I want to say, and I think we've already touched on it already, but what is so great about the Grommet that I love is after you do that upvote, it's going to take you directly to their site where you can see all the different options and kind of play with that.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. So when you upvote on Grommet, and then you choose buy, there's 12 different shades, as Marita's saying, and like you have fair, you have light, you got bright light, light medium, like so many different options here. That you're definitely going to be able to find one that works for you, which is really cool. And again, we have the fair and the light and the bright light here. The bright light's the one, Marcy, I think that you chose. I think I went with light medium for my wife, Jen, who loved it as well. So many really cool options. And again, I love that because on the Grommet, you're not stuck to just one color in what, like, go to the Grommet, get that upvote, get your discount, and then you're going to go to the page that looks, well, this exact page where you're going to be able to choose what you want to grab. So I love that about Grommet and that piece. So very, very cool. This was a fun one. And I love you guys jumping in and asking great questions today. Marcy, great job with the demo. And Marita, thank you so much for joining in on the chat. This segment was super fun. And with that, we've done 4 of our 7 products for the day today. And that means it's time for a giveaway. One of Marcy's favorite things that we do. And we didn't get to chat too much before the stream started today. So I'm going to put her on the spot because I think I know what she's going to pick. I don't know, but I think
that
I know
obvious.
what she's going to pick. Well, I don't know because actually there were 2 amazing things that you talked about here today in the first 4 products. So I don't know which one actually now. Now I'm tricking myself. But I'm going to let you talk about your giveaway. And Jen, our producer behind the scenes, get our first giveaway winner ready. Marcy, I'll turn it over to you.
Gosh, Greg, I am very torn. Actually, I thought this morning I knew what it was, and then I'm just kind of changing my mind. I love them all, but you're right. 2 really stand out for me. I think I'm going to go against what you thought I was going to say, I think. And I am going to give away this bad boy right here, because I think this thing is so amazing and so helpful all year long. And I think it's absolutely brilliant and innovative and all of those things. So this is the Hot Mat Connect. And the winner of the Hot Mat Connect is Kathy Sullivan. Congratulations, Kathy. That's a good one, just in time for all of the fun festivities coming up. Oh, you're muted.
I was gonna say that's where I got stuck because I was like, I thought it was gonna be one thing, and then I'm like, oh wait, but Marcy really loved the Hot Mat. The Hot Mat is one of the most popular gifts that we had on Grommet all throughout the holiday shopping season, and so you're absolutely gonna love it. And congrats to the Armadale Brands team for making something truly cool, truly innovative. But we are not done.
This was a close second.
I imagine that it was. Yeah, but the good news is I think everybody who's watching already bought. So we're good. We're in good shape. You're like, I'm grabbing this. Let's jump in. We got 3 more products left here today. I'm going to jump into the next one. This one, I know it's that time of year where, people are getting a lot of presents, but at the same time, they're thinking about, all right, well, in order to bring in the new, we got to get out the old. And so they're thinking about organizing. They're thinking about cleaning out their closet, cleaning out different places in their home. And this is going to help in that organizational process. When this one came in, my wife and I looked at it, and instantly within like 4 seconds, we knew what we were going to put on this first to clean up the closets, clean up the laundry room, like all the different things. And this is the—
Wait, I want to guess. Can I guess what you put on it first?
Yes, you can guess.
Okay, go ahead. You introduce, then I'll guess.
Oh, Raleigh Hanger. These guys have been on Grommet for what seems like forever. They're an amazing team. We had them last holiday season. Now they just went live this holiday season. So the Raleigh Hanger Closet Organizer. So Marcy, what did you think was the first thing that we were going to put on this?
I'm going to guess this was the first thing that you put on it.
Oh, what a great guess.
Wrong?
Right.
You're the hat man.
Every baseball belt from the 400 teams that my kids are on that live everywhere in my house. I love this because we've tried different things for this. But what I love about the Raleigh Hanger is this little contraption right here. These things come in and out so easy. So now even my kids who are totally irresponsible 11, 9, and 5-year-olds, they just come in, click, and it's in. This is the easiest little contraption ever, and I absolutely love it. It's just boop and done. And as you can see, we have about 100. They're on different rec teams, and I think this is so cool. Again, so many uses. You put hats on it. I put belts on it, between belts and purses. There are so many uses for this. The product that we're featuring on the Grommet comes in a 2-pack. Of course, you can add more and more and more of them, but and Marcy, you can see has a belts on hers as well. The hats, I think this is really, really cool. I think this is so simple, such a simple innovation. But I see this as being something that you just need. It's just so simple. I love how easy it is to get things on and off of it. I think that's what made it for me, because I've had in my lifetime when I was wearing suits every day, you have the tie clips and hanging, none of them like, and it just ends up with ties on the floor everywhere.
Yeah.
With this, I think this is really, really cool. Very, very simple, very easy to use. What'd you think about it, Mars?
Well, I always say I have to be honest, and I always want to be honest with you guys. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, I've seen this before. I've seen so many of these before. What's so innovative about the Raleigh hanger? And so what can I say? And to be quite honest with you, the ones that I have purchased in the past, I love them at first, and then I don't really love them for this reason. Because what if I want to get to this belt right here? Then I've got to take off all of the belts before it to get to that belt. Personally, I'd rather just have them in a drawer and pull out the one I want. It's so much easier. However, this has a very brilliant feature that allows you to get to whatever belt, whatever hat, whatever handbag, whatever scarf, whatever it is you're using it for, because of this device right here. It's got a little kind of roller on it. This moves around so you can get to that middle belt without having to take off all the other ones. So that to me was what did it. I was like, oh, this is completely different than all the other ones because I can get to the one I want to get to. So not only is it keeping us organized, saving a ton of space in the closet, which I desperately need because we moved recently to, well, not that recently anymore, but to a smaller kind of beach cottage. And I went from this big walk-in closet to this tiny little closet. And so I'm always looking for solutions like this. But like I said, in the past, I have bought them thinking it was going to be great, but it was just too difficult. But this one makes it so easy. So it's such a brilliant feature. It is such high quality, very, very sturdy. Love that the neck swivels. So depending on how it's configured in your closet, and it doesn't have to be in your closet. It can hang on a hook on the back of the door. It can hang on the handle of a door. It can hang on anything that a typical hanger neck could go around. So it's very, very versatile. And you're seeing it there, that rotation and that brilliance of the roller that allows it to spin on there. It's really smart. And this is one that I would definitely pick up several of them for each one of my kids' closets and multiple for mine for sure. And I love it for handbags. I put a bunch of handbags on it upstairs to try that out. And that worked great too.
Yeah. Again, I'd love for you guys to chime in on the chat. What's the first thing that you would put on your Raleigh hanger? Marcy and I would love to know. And while you're doing that, get out your phone, hit that QR code, support these makers. I really love this team. I've gotten to work with them a lot. Juan, great guy, great team they have over at Raleigh Hanger. Brings it from $33.95 to $27, $27.16. So cool. Again, I think it's like the right time of the year. It's not quite spring cleaning yet, but again, you're getting a lot of gifts for the holidays. You're going to want to clean out the closet. You're going to want to organize. You got a little maybe extra downtime over the next 2 weeks. Yeah. This is such a cool product that I think is going to help you get organized. And so make sure you hit that QR code and run. Sherry says, I love that you can hang it anywhere. I've run out of closet hanging space as all of us do. So it's such a great comment there, Sherry.
A little travel tip also for you, because we do a lot of cruising. I love cruising with my son, Colin. The two of us do that together. And there's never any place to hang anything. And you just stick one of these in your luggage. I also bring the suction cup hooks. So I put them all around so I can hang things on the hooks. So with this added to it, hang that on the hook. You could have your hats. You could have your handbags. You could have your belts, whatever it is. So it's a great travel item, even though that's probably not why they developed it. But for that, for if you're someone that has an RV or does RV, road trips and things like that. Another great use. So very, very useful, helpful product. I love it.
Grab out your phone, hit that QR code, get your 20% discount for shopping with the Grommet, and make sure you guys go and check that one out today. Really, really cool. Thank you guys for being a part of Grommet Live. We got 2 left for you today. And this one, again, I know I love when Marcy's like, I gotta be honest. And I gotta be honest. I didn't quite know much about this product. I was like, I got it, and I don't really know what to do with it. I'm someone who doesn't have a ton of scars. Like, luckily, like, knock on wood, now I'm gonna, go on my kid's hoverboard during Christmas break and eat it. But this is really cool because I actually talked to it's Motivo Scar Tape. A really, really cool product because was talking to my wife about it, and my father-in-law is going through some skin cancer bouts, and he's getting some, just pieces like, kind of cut out of his forehead and different places. And this is really cool because it discreetly covers your scars. It's almost like it's like a Band-Aid that covers up your scars. And they're really cool. And when I was telling my father-in-law about them, he got really excited because he's always looking for ways. He doesn't want to have like a Band-Aid. He doesn't want to just, cover it up in like these ways that draw attention to it. And so this is a really, really cool product that I'm getting more and more excited about. So Marcy, I know you got them out of the package there. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about Motivo Scar Tape.
Yeah, and I have a similar situation, Greg, where my mom is going through some skin cancer issues and has several scars on her now. So I'm going to be using these for her for sure. I wanted to show you that it actually comes in 3 different skin tones, which I think is very clever. When I read the reviews, so many people were so appreciative of that because you can pick the tone that blends best with your skin so that it's not so noticeable. Now, this is obviously, you're seeing the really big one, but you can cut it to, whatever size your scar is, you can cut this. And they have different, they have a scar tape, they have a roll-on, they have a cream. So there's different kind of formats, if you will, for it. But this was developed by a sort of serial entrepreneur and also a board certified plastic surgeon who kind of saw the challenges of people that had scars, not necessarily that were brand new, but also ones that have years and years old. So the technology that they have developed, not only does it cover it, which is so important, if you're going to the beach or the pool, any kind of sunlight on a scar is always going to make it worse and take longer to heal if it ever heals because of that sunlight. So the fact that this will completely take away any sort of UVA, UVB light that might affect the scar is a bonus, but it's also completely waterproof. So you can go in the ocean, in the pool, shower normally with it. This will last you for about 3 to 5 days, even with all of that water exposure. So that was another thing I found in the reviews, that people really appreciated that it stayed on with sweat and, any moisture, it does not affect it. And then not only does it create support to help heal the wound, but it also is infused with different vitamins and nutrients and things that actually will help heal and flatten the scar. So from what I understand, and I haven't used it myself, but from everything I've learned and all the reviews that I've read, it really does effectively speed up the process of the healing, makes it look so much better than it ever will. And it gives you that coverage and that protection when you're out and about in the elements. So I think it's just a win all the way around, and love that they do the different skin tones also to, so anyone and everyone can use it and not feel self-conscious about it. And it kind of just blends away.
Yeah, really cool. Wanted to point out just a couple things. Jadis, who is one of the co-founders, was on earlier, had to jump to a meeting, and he wanted to apologize for being, having to leave before his time on Grommet Live today. But again, they built something very, very cool. 4 different skin tones. One thing, again, just with claims, stuff like this, and I asked them about this as we were going, is like, does it heal the scar? And the answer is they can't say that it heals the scar, right? For all those, medical, legal reasons. Marcy and I are not doctors, and we don't play one on Friday on the internet, but it does reduce scar growth and stretching, things like that. Like, it doesn't help the scar get out of control. And again, I know you talked about the waterproofing, things like that. I wanted to bring up the Our Story piece. This is really, really cool because it was Jadis and Dr. Keith kind of met each other and crossed paths back in 2018, so about 5 years ago. And so many different things between traumatic injuries, C-sections, acne scarring, breast cancer. Like, there's so many really cool uses for this. I'm highlighting them as we go, and you can hear Jadis, the story, tell all about the product. I think they do a really, really good job of that. And I think Candy said it really, really nicely, is like, this is something I didn't know that I needed, but I need it. And I think that's one of the cool things about Grommet, is like, it's products that you absolutely can't live without, that you didn't know about the day or, before you saw it. So Candy, I love that you chimed in and said that. So that's very, very cool. Let me put that QR code back up. 4 different skin tones. You can check that out. It's a pretty, affordable product, especially for what it does. $25.99 with the Grommet discount takes it down to $20.79. And, again, if it gives you a little self-esteem, a little bit of self-confidence, a little bit of just knowing that I'm not going to get that look today, or just whatever that it is. I know that that's a big deal for a lot of people. If you can go through your day and you get to just be yourself. I know that's very, very empowering for a lot of people out there. So $20.79, and you're supporting some really cool makers who I've enjoyed working with tremendously.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say that I thought was very cool, I do love their branding also. I think they've done a beautiful job with all of that. But I went to their website, and I saw Sherry asking about, does it work on old scars? Yes, it does. If you go to their website, they have a quiz that you take to determine which product, which version of their product is best for your particular scar. So if you have an older scar, it asks you questions like that. I went through the whole quiz, and it was super helpful. So I really appreciated that. So if you're someone who's not sure and which one is right for me, definitely head to do the upvote. So you've got that 20%, then head to their website, take the quiz, and you'll know exactly what to spend that 20% on. So I thought that was really smart of them.
Very, very cool. Again, hit that QR code, support these guys. Again, just giving them an upvote helps them move up the ranks here on Grommet, helps more people discover them, more people that maybe, have that little bit of self-confidence issues, things like that. This product getting to the top of Grommet will allow more people to see it, to check it out and discover it. Motivo Scar Tape, love what these guys are up to. Make sure you support them and check them out. And Marcy, that brings us to our final product of the day. And we start this with a little bit of disappointing news because I didn't get it in time. And I don't think that you did as well. But this is a really, really cool product, especially around now when you're looking for gifts for those people that have, niche hobbies, things like that. This is a very, very cool product. I actually sent the Grommet link to one of my fisherman buddies from high school, who's a professional fisherman. He's a captain. He takes people out all the time. And I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? I texted him this morning. I was like, have you ever heard of this? Have you ever, have you ever heard of these guys? I want your first thoughts when you see it. He goes, OMG, I love this thing. I tell everyone about it. And he's a captain down in Fort Lauderdale, taking charters out all the time. And so I trust him. Like, this is what he does for a living is fish. And so when I got that, I knew this was a really, really cool product. Marcy, what I'm going to do, because we don't have it, is I'm going to pull up their Grommet page, because that way people can see this. What's really cool is it looks like it's just a ring. And you can wear it, you can put it on your fishing pole, either one, and it cuts the line. And this is, again, if you're a fisherman, this is something like very, very important. It's probably part of your tackle box, it's part of your kit, but having it on you, it looks stylish, very, very cool. And these guys have done some incredible things, including landing a deal with Damon John on Shark Tank. And I love the brand. I love what they're doing. And this is the first of many products. We've already talked with their team that we're going to be launching here on Grommet. So if you have a fisherman in your life, this is a really cool product. And I think it's like $11, something like that. Like $11. Like, that is insanely inexpensive for a gift for someone who is going out there and going fishing. So I love that. Marcy, again, I know me and you didn't get a chance to play with it, try it on, but I really think this is a cool product for someone that's into fishing.
Well, even though I didn't get mine in time, I actually did get it in time, because I was actually, Greg, going to reach out to you. I keep a running list of products that I think need to be on the Grommet. And I stumbled across this one a couple months ago, and I said that we have got to get this on the Grommet. So I had not forwarded it to you yet, but I had purchased it because, my son, Colin, is an avid fisherman. In fact, he's down at the dock as we speak. Colin, as many of you know, is special needs, so he struggles a little bit with fine motor. I always worry about him with the different fishing tools that he uses, the scissors, but God forbid the teeth that he currently uses to cut his line. And when I saw it, I thought, this is absolutely brilliant, because number one, he tends to lose things. So the fact that it is a ring and that it will stay on his finger, hopefully, I thought was super smart. But it doesn't have to go on the finger, because it can also go onto the fishing pole itself. Or if you're on a boat, it can go onto the railing of a boat. So it really can attach to anything. But the fact that it is this double-sided blade that is engineered to cut even the thicker fishing line so quickly and easily, and it's done, was so smart. Now, I mentioned that I already ordered it. So I said, well, mine didn't come, but I've got one. And I went to find it this morning, but it's a stocking stuffer. And I hide my stocking stuffers all over the house and I could never find them on Christmas Eve night. So it's somewhere here. I'm going to have to go on a hunt later, but it's very, very sleek,
Yeah.
just simple, small, and solves such a big problem. I think it probably is putting dentists out of business all over the world because I know they sell in 12 different countries. It's hugely successful product. So
Yeah.
I love it. I was so glad we have it on the Grommet now.
Yeah, very successful product. They've done so well. And again, I know, us guys are always so fashionable. And so, when we're out on the boat, something like that, it's just something you just slip on. And I love it because, like you said, like it's safe, right? Like your fingers are never going to get cut by the blade, but you just put the line in, pull it, breaks right away. And it's, again, every fisherman has one, right? Has some version of this. Again, whether they're using their teeth, if they're using pliers, scissors, whatever it is. But this is something super easy. Throw it in your tackle box, throw it on when you start fishing. I love what these guys are doing. Super inexpensive. It's a $15 item at full retail, $11.20 with your Grommet discount. So $11, like you said, Marcy, stocking stuffer might be a little too late for that. As much as I want you to shop on Grommet, you could probably find one of these at a store around you as well, because they're in so many retail locations now. Huge hit on Shark Tank. And I'm glad that we've started a really cool relationship with them. We're going to have more and more products from them that get launched over the next couple of weeks. So especially as we get into like spring fishing season and bass season and all that, I'm excited to have line cutters as a part of the Grommet family. Hit that QR code, support these guys, get them an upvote, rise them up. They're already at 144 upvotes in 24 hours. They're doing really well. They have a very supportive community, and just love everything that these guys are doing. So I know we're coming up on the hour, and so we have one more giveaway that we are going to do today. And then, Marcy, I want you to tell everybody about what you are doing next week while I'm vacationing with the wife. So one more giveaway. Let's see what I want to give away today. You know what I'm going to do? I got to find it. So much cool stuff today, but I'm going to make someone's day with a cup cozy.
That's great.
I really do love this one. Again, we've had a couple of these that we've shared before, but this one I think will be staying on our couch for a very, very, very long time. So with that said, want to give one of these away. And Jen, our producer behind the scenes, is grabbing this right now. Marcy, let us know who the winner of the Cup Cozy Pillow is today.
Well, I'm very excited to announce that the winner is one of our very own Grommet brands. It is Daria Walsh, the creator of Infinity Clips. Congratulations, Daria.
Let's go. Love that.
I
love when someone in our community, I love when community supports community. I think one of the coolest things that I get to see on social media, because every time someone tags Grommet, right? Like I'm all over it. I'm looking at it. But then I see other people in the Grommet community commenting, I voted for you. I got you. They're resharing. Like, to me, that is one of the most beautiful things. It's makers helping makers. The cool thing about this world is it's not a zero-sum game. Just because I buy your product doesn't mean I'm not going to buy your product. Like, it's not zero-sum. And so I think that's one of the coolest things is makers supporting makers. So I love seeing Daria and Candy and, all the amazing makers show up and watch Grommet live. It's super exciting. So with that, you have something special with some ladies next week. You're doing something really, really cool on Grommet Live. I'm so glad you're doing it, even though I won't be here. I'm going to be watching from afar. But tell everybody what you're doing next week.
Yes, I am so excited. So speaking of supporting makers and independent inventors, my other passion job, so to speak, is that I do run the Women Inventors Club. So I have a big heart, a big passion for helping women with brilliant ideas, bring those ideas to life. And so when Greg gave me this opportunity, I jumped at it as quickly as I possibly could to be able to basically give a platform to women-owned, women-invented, women-founded companies. So next week on Grommet Live, our regular time on Friday at 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast, I am going to be hosting a women-invented Grommet Live. So I'm going to be featuring 7 different products that are all been created by and launched by women. And I am so excited about that. So in addition to highlighting the products, I'm going to be telling the stories of the women and how they came up with the ideas and what that journey has been like. to the point where they are right now. So I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I think I'm going to be showing you some very cool products. And I think there's going to be a real sort of educational, inspirational element to next week's show as well. So really, really excited about that. We have not announced the lineup yet. So you're going to have to tune in next Friday at 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast to find out exactly which 7 women invented products we're going to be featuring.
I love that. And I don't even know. I have no idea who is going to be on. I did want to show you guys one thing really quick. If you didn't know, if you head on over to the Grommet, when you're on the main feed, here's a great one with Bandywear. You see these little tags underneath. So the makers pick these tags themselves. There's things like women-owned, minority-owned, reusable, organic, like all these really cool tags. One of them is women-owned. If you click on this, it'll actually pull up all the women-owned businesses. And I think this is really cool. I think Marcy had a really tough decision because there are over 100 women-owned products on the Grommet right now. And I can keep scrolling and scrolling. Some of them are our favorites. We've had them on here, like Play Amigo. We had a couple weeks ago, we've had King Comb on the show. We've had CPR Wrap on the show. We've had Headlight Harness on the show. We've had SubSafe on the show. Like, oh my goodness. But I'm just going and going and going. All of these amazing businesses started by female founders. Really, really cool. And so again, yeah, make sure you guys use these tags. If you want to know, made in USA or, reusable products or vegan products, you can find all of that on the Grommet. It's something that we believe a lot in, is helping shoppers find the values that mean something to them. And again, supporting people whose values align with them. So Marcy, next week is going to rock. I'm so excited. I'm sad that I'm missing out, but I will be watching and supporting from afar. And I hope all of you have an amazing holiday. Marcy, I hope you have a great Christmas with the family, that the kids love everything that you picked out for them, and you have a great little break.
I can't wait to hear when you play Corkinol. Am I pronouncing that right?
Corkinol. Oh my goodness. We have it out. We are so excited. I heard you had a blast playing it.
It's on my dining room table as we speak. It's so beautiful that it's staying there. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's such a fun game for anyone, any age to play. It's like a brilliant family game. So I highly recommend that. I'm going to be playing that a lot in the next couple of days.
Happy holidays. Thank you all for watching today. Marcy, thanks as always. Jen, behind the scenes, thank you for everything that you do. And Marcy, we'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you guys